Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akul Mac Technologies, and as you know, in this series we are trying to enhance the literacy around the digital issues. And since so many people are now visiting the web and also putting their work on the online on the web, so it is, I think, becoming very important to have the right amount of knowledge, right amount of literacy, and also understanding how and why you should use certain functionality or why you should use certain softwares online. So I think the whole agenda of this series is to enhance the literacy around the digital arena. And in this particular episode, I will be talking about the behavioral aspect of the cybersecurity. So as you know, friends, that the cybersecurity is become an important issue. There are a lot of cybersecurity experts which are guiding organizations, small companies, and even large countries on how to protect your assets. So that is a totally different line of thought, totally different science. We will not be covering the entire cybersecurity aspect of using the World Wide Web. But in this series, in today's episode, we would look at the literacy part of it and how a common man can be more literate and be aware of what are the threats looming around him and what are the behavioral aspects of the cybersecurity which affects everyone. So that the people who are watching this video gets more literate, more aware of things, and they start following certain good practices and not invite trouble uh, to themselves. So as the cybersecurity subject concerns, there has been several attacks. In fact, the government of India has taken so many steps to prevent misuse of data of the citizens, either by the people within the country or even outside the country, and they have been giving a lot of advisories. In fact, some of you must be getting a lot of inputs from the telecom companies directly, saying that hey, don't share your passwords, don't share your OTP account number. In fact, the banks have themselves started saying that no one will ask for your secret identity numbers. If somebody of bank employee calls you to verify certain things, they will not be asking any personal data, because the personal data is supposed to be entered directly into the banking system. Nobody will ask for this information verbally. So there is so much of awareness being spread. At the same time, the behavior of our behavior, will put us in the threat. So if you look at the cyber security and the behavioral aspect of the cybersecurity is what we will talk about. So it just in nutshell, if we want to look at the definition of the behavioral cybersecurity, it is the proactive approach to security in which all relevant activity is monitored so that the deviation from the normal behavior can be identified. So to explain this in much simpler language, say for example, if you are using your mobile phone in certain way, but so that is a safe method because you are used to using your mobile phone or your PC or your systems at home in that particular fashion. But if in case there has been a difference in the behavior of your usage, that means for example you have set number of websites which you visit on daily basis, say about 20, but you want to visit something else or you want to use your PC in some other way, that should raise an alarm, and that should be a deviation from the usual behavior of your usage of these systems. So this is what something that is a behavioral aspect of cybersecurity is all about. And I'll tell you why it is important to track the behavior itself, because if you can track the behavior of your system, and if there is a system in your mobile device or your PC which is tracking your behavior, then anything out of the blue, the system will be able to track and warn you. So if that step is taken without deploying too many expensive firewalls, antivirus solutions, or anything of the cyber security which cost money, if you just trap the behavioral aspect and out of the ordinary something happens on your systems, that should be a very good deterrent from you getting attacked. So just to take this discussion forward, I would like to say that if there are network behavioral detection, say for example if you are using your network, things like your Facebook or LinkedIn, in certain way you're used to using these things, but there is an anomaly detected by the system. Now what is the anomaly? Anomaly is that you actually spend 90% of your time visiting certain websites, and but certain things which are not usually visited by you is detected by the system. That is an anomaly. So usually if you are an iPhone user or an advanced Android user, you will have experienced these alerts coming to you saying that hey, there is something happening. Did you try to log in into this website? Did you try to log in using this system? Because normally you use some other system to log in into Facebook, but now we have detected that you're using some other system to log in. So things like that. Now there could be a chance where somebody has been able to hack into your Facebook account, but that person who's trying to hack into your Facebook account does not have your login ID or does not have your machine from which you log in. So that is a behavior aspect where the system is able to detect that you usually log in using your home PC, but now you're logging in from some other city and some other PC. So that is a change in behavior. That is why all these systems like Facebook has a built-in security on the behavioral aspect where they can detect how you're using Facebook, how you're using LinkedIn. So this is just one example. So there could be numerous examples of the behavioral aspect. So anything out of the ordinary should ring a bell and should be a cause of concern, and that is why these triggers are there in the network where anything out of the ordinary should be alerted to the user. Similarly, there could be a intrusion which can happen into your privacy. There could be an intrusion happening into your mobile device or your PC from external agency where they are trying to get access to your files on your desktop or on your mobile. Some of these files may be very personal to you. Some of these files may contain certain data which is related to your finances, etc., and you don't want these things to be made available to a third party. Otherwise, there is a very heavy chance or high chance where the data which has been stolen from your PC or your mobile device can be misused against you itself. So you have to protect all of these aspects. And if there is an intrusion, for example, a few days back, somebody was trying to log in into my mobile device from somewhere in China, and fortunately I was able to detect this behavior because I'm in India and somebody is trying to get access to my mobile device from China using some technology. We don't know what it is, but it is against the behavior because I have never traveled to China. So I think you have to be mindful about these things, and there are systems which are giving you these alerts. So you have to make sure that you don't ignore these alerts and you take appropriate action when such an intrusion happens. That means you should not allow. So the easiest thing to do is, if there is an intrusion which is being reported by your mobile device or your social media account, immediately change the passwords. That is the easiest thing to do, and that will make you more secure. So I think while there is a behavioral pattern checking so that anything out of the blue is being checked, at the same time you can also keep changing your passwords as and when such intrusion happens to protect yourself. At the same time, if there are occurrences happening often, then there has to be analysis on the pattern itself. Who's trying to steal your identity, who's trying to login into the system, and how people are using your data or trying to get access to your data. So these are the things that you should be really concerned about, and you should do an analysis of how this pattern is emerging, and that will give you an input on how or who is trying to get access to your information. And then at the right time you can alert the authorities. The IT Act or IT legal laws in different countries are very, very strict, and anything, if you're able to detect the pattern and inform the authorities, the law will take its own course and will book the people who are trying to get into your mobile devices and steal your identity. So I think number two is understand what are the patterns which are happening on your devices, and people are trying to get access to your personal data. Now let's come to the advantage, because I think so far we have covered about what is cybersecurity, but we are not discussing too much in cybersecurity because it requires a lot of technical in-depth knowledge. We are talking about the behavioral aspects of the security, and in today's world, if you are using some sort of a system, then you are definitely putting a lot of information, your photographs, your whereabouts, location on the social media. And if those are the things which are being shared and somebody else get access to your location, your personal data, your photographs, your children information, the whole thing can be misused. So I think the first aspect is to understand what is behavior, how you are using responsibly the social media, what you are putting into social media. Is it very private or very public? It can be shared in public, or if it is very private, you should not be sharing it. So I think that is the first behavioral change that you have to make in yourself. Second is that you have to also understand, in case there is a out of the blue something is happening on your social media accounts and also on your device, you have to be very, very alert and attentive to prevent that. Number three, if there are pattern emerging of these attacks on you, then you have to understand who's trying to attack and notice the pattern, and at the right time, once the occurrence are more than 5 to 6 times on the same pattern, you have to alert the authorities. Now let's come to the advantages. See, these are very simple steps. By changing the behavior of your own usage of different aspects of the digital life, you will be able to protect yourself without spending a lot of money in buying cyber security systems. I mean, if you buy the cyber security softwares, some of these things which you have to do manually can be automated, and you will be only seeing different kinds of alerts on your devices. But in case if your workload is not very heavy, you don't need to spend a lot of money in the cyber security softwares, and you don't have to if you just simply change your behavior in terms of how you use your mobile phone, how you use your social media accounts, or how you use your laptops, what information you share by post or by SMS, what sort of information you share if somebody calls you, and WhatsApp or any messenger services. So if you have some sort of control on yourself in terms of your behavior, you will be able to secure yourself. And watch out, in the end I will say that make sure that keep checking your behavior, and anything out of the blue that happens on your account, on your device, you have to see and examine that occurrence. So with this, let me end my discussion today, and friends, if you want to comment on this, please do. I will take up your comments, and we will talk about some other aspects of digital literacy in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.